Cosplay is basically just dressing up as fictional characters, but there's more to it than that and a lot of people do it differently. I'm Steorre, I'm 20 and I've been cosplaying for almost 2 years.
My name is Jenny, I'm 20 years old and I've been doing cosplay for about 2 years.
My name's Jamie, I'm 19 years old and I've been cosplaying for almost 2 years. I started cosplay because a bunch of my friends started speaking about it. They were interested in the idea and I was interested too. So we all got a costume, all from different series. It was a bit makeshift and ragtag, but we went to a con and it was amazing.
Just having friends that were into cosplay and also just seeing lots of pictures on the internet of other people doing that and just getting more into different fandoms and stuff that did a lot of cosplay.
The really small costumes like Maya Fey or Yuri Kosetsuki, I can usually do in about 3 weeks. But I do big costumes usually about once or twice a year and they can take me up to 8 weeks. Because there's so many little fiddly details with ones like that. You have to make armour, you have to do sewing, you have to do wigs, whereas smaller costumes like Kosetsuki or Maya are just basically sewing.
As well as being my favourite cosplay, this also happens to be my most expensive. It cost me almost £500 because everything is thermoplastic.
The costume that took me the longest to make was probably Hera Syndulla from Star Wars Rebels, and it cost me maybe like £200, possibly more. The main thing that we do when we cosplay is we go to cons, sometimes for the shopping, and mostly just to see other people in cosplay, and we just wander around and people come up for photos, or we try and meet up with other people that are from the same fandom or TV show or whatever.
I personally love going to conventions. It's such a big gathering and it's an event for so many people, and it's the time that most people will come out and wear their costumes. It's the time when you meet the most people, you get the most compliments, you get the most pictures, you meet people who have the same interests as you do.
Meets are gatherings of cosplayers, not even at a con. It doesn't have to be at a con. It can be for anything. It can be just to get photo shoots done. It can just be to talk about things and catch up with people.
I think the social aspect for cosplay is something that's completely different to everyone. For me, the social aspect was mainly just me and my friends for the good first year of me cosplaying. It was just the four of us going to conventions just by ourselves. It wasn't until probably the last big convention we went to that we finally started. We actually, me and my best friend, ended up going to a meet-up at a convention. That's when we decided we really wanted to get ourselves into the social aspect of it. So we started creating Facebook pages and we created a group Facebook page. We started organising our own meets and we started really going out and meeting people because we felt that we had been missing out on a really large aspect of the community.
I think cosplay is becoming much more mainstream because of conventions such as the San Diego Comic Con and the New York Comic Con. Quite often big movies like Marvel or DC blockbuster films will do their panels there and they'll do lots of showcases there, and then that kind of brings in a lot more cosplayers.
New movies are coming out all the time, new TV shows are coming out all the time, new animes as well, and video games. People are being drawn more towards them, and obviously finding more characters that they love, finding new movies and series that they love. It's just drawing more people into cosplay in general.
Cosplay becoming mainstream will definitely improve the cosplay community. Of course there's the fact that the more people come into the community, the more bad eggs are going to be. But I think one of the most positive things about cosplay is its community. It's a very accepting community. There's a lot of people like me who are LGBT. It's very accepting in that sense. As someone who is not straight, but is also non-binary, when I cosplay girls, but a lot of time I cosplay boys as well. So there is this idea that in the cosplay community you can feel 100% able to express yourself as another gender, or as a gender that you already are. For me personally, if cosplay becomes mainstream, I would love to get some kind of job in which I'm sitting making costumes all the time. There's obviously going to be more demand for it. I've already seen some that, they make armour for events and stuff. But I think overall I would just be excited to see the community grow, become more accepting, more knowledgeful of others, and just a very large, tight-knit community. I think that would be the most amazing thing to see.
I think what I'd like to get out of cosplay, if it becomes more mainstream, would be it being more accessible to everyone, because I think right now it's quite difficult if you're not good at say sewing or making stuff. It's quite difficult to actually be able to do cosplay without running into trouble and stuff. I'd like it to be better for everyone rather than just people that know how to sew.
I don't think if cosplaying does become mainstream it would change my opinion of it. I already have such a positive view on it, and I think most of the positivity of cosplay comes from the community and how it expands. So I think that my opinions won't change.
I don't think it would change my attitude to cosplay at all, because I do it because I like it and for no other reason than that.
My attitude for cosplay will always be roughly the same. It's mostly just the social aspect for it for me.
I think no matter how large the conventions get, I'll always be attending, possibly more so if they get bigger, because the bigger they get, the more there is to enjoy.
Yeah, I think I would keep going to cons and meetups, etc. because, you know, even though it'll be busy, there'll still be cons and there'll still be things for us to do.
I will continue to attend cons and meetups, and I hope to hold a few meetups as well in the future. And it's great just meeting new people, getting other people to meet your friends.
It'll be amazing to see just how far, with more people cosplaying, how many shows and stuff can be cosplayed from, the variety that will appear, but also the skill level, because the more people are cosplaying, the higher the skill set is going to become. There's going to be so many talented cosplayers, and I think that's going to be really exciting to see as the community grows.